math people, let's do some equation review. So in this first example, we're going to practice our don't call me after midnight strategy. So we've got -2 parentheses x minus 5 plus 4x equals -4x plus 40. So this example is going to involve all of our steps. Before we get going, I am going to change our subtraction sign here to adding a negative. It's going to make it a little easier for us to distribute, cut down on some of those silly mistakes we make. All right, so step one, distribute. Do we have to distribute? Well, of course we do. We have parentheses. So let's distribute the -2 to both those terms inside the parentheses. -2 times x is -2x, plus -2 times -5 is +10. Then we'll just carry down everything that we haven't touched yet. Plus 4x equals -4x plus 40. Notice how I'm keeping my equal signs lined up. You guys can draw that dashed line if you need to. All right, distributing, done. C, combine. We're going to combine any like terms we have on each side. So we've got -2x and 4x on the left. Those are like terms. They both have x's. So -2x plus 4x gives us a +2x. So 2x plus, now we're going to carry down that 10, equals -4x plus 40. These two were not like terms, so we did not combine them. M for move. We have to move to get x in one spot on one side. So in this case, we have a 2x on the left, -4x on the right. I like to move the smaller one, so I'm going to move a -4x by doing its opposite. So if it's a -4x or a -4x, we are going to do +4x. All right, that gives us our zero pair. It makes it go away. Now we also have to add 4x to the left side, and we make sure we add it to the x term. 2x plus 4x gives us 6x. Now we're going to carry down everything that we haven't touched yet, so +10, equal signs. On the right we have 40. Right, that was our moving. A, undo addition or subtraction. All right, right now we're adding 10, so we're going to undo it by subtracting 10 from both sides. There's our zero pair. We're left with 6x equals 40 minus 10 is 30. Then our last step is undo multiplication or division. In this case, we're multiplying by 6, so we are going to divide by 6, inverse operations. On the left, we're left with our x. On the right, 30 divided by 6 is 5, so x equals 5. Why did I leave that big gap there? All right, x equals 5. I like that better. All right, now, don't call me after midnight is a great strategy, but it doesn't always work. It works most of the time. Now, when it doesn't work is when we have a sum or a difference in a numerator. And what I mean by that is if we have an equation where we have a fraction, and on the top of the fraction, or the bottom, numerator, denominator, we have a sum or difference. So we could have a sum of like x plus 6 in the numerator, all over 5 equals 4. All right. So in this particular equation, don't call me after midnight doesn't work. Technically it does, but not the way I'm going to explain it. All right. First thing we need to do is we need to undo this division. All right. The way I like to think about it when I see something like this, I like to think about it as a proportion. Well, how do you write 4 as a fraction? Because remember, a proportion is a fraction or a ratio equal to a ratio. Well, I'm going to write 4 as 4 over 1. Now you guys spent all of 7th grade solving proportions, and we cross multiplied. So we did 5 times 4. We'll write that over here, which is 20. We do 1 times x plus 6. That's a pretty easy one. It's just x plus 6. And now we have a new equation, all right, that we can solve easily. If you wanted to, you could do our don't call me after midnight steps, but this is just a one-stepper. How do you undo adding 6? You subtract 6 from both sides, and we get x equals 14. All right, so be careful. If you have a sum or difference in a numerator or denominator, you're going to want to cross multiply. All right. If you don't have a sum or difference in a fraction, go right ahead and start your don't call me after midnight steps. All right, guys, so as always, shoot me any emails, Google Classroom messages with questions, and I'm happy to help.